niyanig ang buong Pilipinas nang sabihing zero budget ang PhilHealth. Naglipa na ulit, lalong-lalo na itong palaging nasa media na nagclaim na eksperto siya at siya'y advocate ng public health at kung ano-ano ang mga pinagsasabi. And I am referring to the open letter of Tony Leachon addressed to the President, but is actually being sent all over medical societies. When the government allocated zero subsidy for healthcare in 2025, and this is addressed to the President, Leachon mentioned, you placed millions of Filipinos at risk, especially the poorest and the most vulnerable.
Representative Janet Garin bumana at napikon kay Dr. Tony Leachon. Ito yung kumirot sa puso ni Janet Garin, ang open letter ni Dr. Tony Leachon naka-address kay President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos. Depensa ni Janet Garin si Presidente Marcos. Inamin niya mismo na zero budget ang PhilHealth ngayon 2025. Pero namin yan. Automatic yan kinakaltas sa sahod namin. Kung ma-hospital kami, kulang pa yan. Kaya nga sinasubsidize ng gobyerno ang PhilHealth na galing sa syntax law. Diretso yan para sa health insurance ng Pilipino. Para sa Pilipino. Madam Chair, kaya nga ay pinasaya yung universal healthcare para lahat ng mga Pilipino may access sa PhilHealth. Ngayon wala ng budget. Anong gagawin namin? Ang may isang katulad na Dr. Tony Leachon na isang health advocate tumutulong.
Kahapon po lamang ay tumayo ako para isigaw ang totoong boses ng mamamayan, ang pagsugpo sa mga pekeng medical information. And I was referring to the lambasting of our colleague and those who are just helping the local government units on their medical facilities being accredited by PhilHealth via access to DBP funds. Ang pinupuntirya ko po ay hindi yung mga sumakay na lamang at nalinlang dun sa mga pekeng balita, kundi ang pinagmulan ng pekeng interpretasyon, peke ng advokasya at peke na pagiging eksperto. At ngayon naman, Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, I am again standing up because even if I will be branded as part of the minority voice, I will never stop because I am definitely sure that this voice speaks the truth and is bringing the real issues that should be discussed. Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, kamakailan lang ay niyanig ang buong Pilipinas nang sabihing zero budget ang PhilHealth. Naglipa na ulit, lalong-lalo na itong palaging nasa media na nagclaim na eksperto siya at siya'y advocate ng public health at kung ano-ano ang mga pinagsasabi. Let me quote the message that has been circulating not only in our country but worldwide, Mr. Speaker. And I am referring to the open letter of Tony Leachon addressed to the President, but is actually being sent all over medical societies and other stakeholders. Let me focus, Mr. Speaker, on his statement, which actually says and implies that health is not a priority of this administration, and that health is not a priority of President Bongbong Marcos. This is a big lie. Malaking kasinungalingan para lang ulit mapunta sa headlines, para lang ulit makakuha ng airtime. I am not saying this, Mr. Speaker, because I'm a member of Congress, but I am standing up. Kasi ilang beses na binibiktima ang kalusugan, pinupolitika ang kalusugan dahil may mga taong gustong nagkakagulo-gulo tayo at ang sanhi niyan ay ang perpetrators of fake medical information. He cited 3 situations. And to quote, Mr. President, imagine the faces of those you serve. A mother cradling her 5-year child in the corridors of an overcrowded hospital, unable to afford even the most basic medication. A farmer in the provinces walking miles to a rural health center only to be told there are no funds for dialysis sessions. An elderly man who contributed to PhilHealth all his life, now begging for help as mounting hospital bills eat away his family's savings. And he further mentioned, these are not just statistics, these are real people. And the government is being poised to deprioritize healthcare in favor of program appropriations and the Ayuda para sa kapos ang kita program. He further mentioned, when the government allocated zero subsidy for healthcare in 2025, and this is addressed to the President, Leachon mentioned, you placed millions of Filipinos at risk, especially the poorest and the most vulnerable. When the cries for support from those who depend on universal healthcare law were met with silence, you betrayed the promise of a healthcare system that is meant to be universal, accessible, and equitable. He further mentioned that this is not about politics anymore, Mr. President, but this is about lives and Filipino lives. Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, unahin ko itong mga pinagsasabi niya. Totoo yung sitwasyon na meron tayong mga taong nagkakasakit at nangangailangan ng tulong. Totoo rin na meron tayong universal healthcare law na hindi epektibo dahil ipinasa siya para magmukhang mabuti at para sa Pilipino, pero ang katotohanan is it is mere lip service.